Hey!
So, this was the idea. Two artists, both singer-songwriters, chatting during the COVID-19 lockdown in a Zoom room. We talked about a whole host of subjects we feel really passionate about and aired our views on life. This is Amir, and I'm Parry Ray. Welcome to our conversations, unfiltered and stripped back.
So today we're going to talk about what we do to relax, and it seems like both of us, would it be fair to say, regardless of lockdown, pre-lockdown, post-lockdown, during lockdown, exercise is quite an important recreational thing for you?
Yeah, I think because the music industry is so scattered, and I really like the fact that it is scattered. It's kind of like just when you're off the road, it kind of keeps me out of trouble. It gives me a little bit of structure outside an otherwise really sort of skewed structural pattern. There's no real pattern. You know, you're on tour, then you're in the studio, then you're doing photo shoots, and none of these things sort of really fit into a 9 to 5. They're all at different times, they're all at different places, and they, you know, a lot of times you're really just, the travel is the bit that takes the longest as well.
Yeah, there's no order.
Exactly. So when I'm not on the road, I need something normal to stick to.
Yeah.
And I quite like the idea of when you wake up, do a little bit of strength training before breakfast, wait an hour, then I can box, eat my lunch, and then during lockdown, it's been exactly that. You sort of roll out of bed at whatever sort of time, as long as it's pre 9:30. Because when I looked at my clock the other day and it was 10:30, and I was like, I need to get out of bed, but I can't be asked.
Yeah, fair.
And sometimes you just get that like that.
Yeah.
It's normally on tour where I'm like, I've gone to bed at 2 and I get up at 9 and I'm like, what's next? I'm ready, because there's stuff to do. And when there's nothing to do, you're like, oh, should I even bother? You know.
I think I'm exactly the same as you in that when you're busy, I don't mind being busier. But then if I settle into the groove of being like a sloth, I actually really like it. And it's like, okay, I can walk around in my pants all day. That's fine. No one care. Doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Just cooking with my boxers on.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I totally agree with you. I think in lockdown even more, I love doing online classes, because there was a time about 10 years ago when I almost became quite hermit-like, and I was like writing at home if I wasn't in the studio. I had my kids, and I was actually training at home, doing a lot of DVDs, and back in the day, DVDs.
Yeah.
Really good. They were like Lee Mills, the guy who kind of invented Body Pump. He has this company called Beachbody, and it was that other companies are available. And so I did all of that. But over lockdown, because I'm on my own, I thought, actually, I'm going to do online classes from my gym, because in a way it feels like I'm there with the same girls, and it oddly feels like interaction. And it's certain times of the day, so I have markers, which is really, really good. Because otherwise I could be a bit like a hermit, which is weird. Although I feel like as I get older, it definitely changes. I used to be all about the hit and the boxing and blah, blah, blah. And I really need cardio, because I have got those really stereotypical Indian genes where I like my food and I can put on the weight if I don't try not to. So I need cardio. So I'm always looking. So I love HIIT training still, because it's short and sharp. And in fact, funnily enough, I did a HIIT class today, and they did a bit of shadow boxing. And I was thinking, actually, I really like that. I might get back into that, because that will kill me for the next few months. However, especially there's a place down the road where they have like a ring, and they have pads and stuff like that. But
it's a boxing gym, fighting gym.
I don't think it's a boxing gym, but they do have a ring. I think it's a bit fancy pants to be a real boxing club type thing.
It's not spit and sawdust. It's nice. It's air conditioning and vending machines.
Yes, I think it is a bit like that. But it looks good, and I thought, well, it will probably kill me for 2 months, but the gains you have with regards to fitness, I reckon will come quite quickly. So I am thinking that too. But it's interesting.
You'll get that in a week. You'll get it in one week of HIIT training will make you get to the next week just in your mind and be ready. You will.
Yeah, and I also
I love it. Boxing, honestly, boxing I just love it.
But me too. I would say for 15 years, it was a real backbone of my fitness structure.
Sure.
But I don't know, a bit lazy maybe now. And, I think also your body wants different things. My real about my body is I'm short. So I'm always looking at ways of lengthening myself out. So hardcore is based on ballet. So it's all about really lengthening your muscles and being as tall and tiny,
leaning out, like being lean.
Yeah, and really tiny movements, which you think, what the hell is this going to do? But it becomes the most excruciatingly painful thing you've ever imagined. And you hold, planks and you do lots of stuff for quite a long time. So anyway, so it's good to be stimulated in different ways, I think. So apart from boxing, what else do you do?
Apart from boxing,
fitness-wise?
Well, before I sprained my ankle back in February, I would play football twice a week.
Is it still not okay?
I had a little setback on Friday.
What did you do?
I kind of just kind of went over on it. I was kicking a ball in the park. Kept my distance, by the way, Pete. I was kicking a ball in the park, and I kind of just didn't land on it as bad as I did when I actually did the injury. But it was enough to kind of affect me walking for the next couple of days. And so I've got support on it now. I can still bounce. I can box. It'll take time. So I'm back on the physio game again because it was getting there, but it wasn't ready to kick. It wasn't ready to balance when I was kicking a ball. So I've had a little setback.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise it's all right.
Okay. So weight, boxing, football really are your staples, exercise?
I think weight training. The thing I've learned more about my body is that weight training, I can sculpt really fast. And then teamed it with boxing just gets me the results really fast. If I teamed that with a good diet and no beer, I would never have a problem.
Yeah, you know what? I agree, and I also think it's the beauty.
Got to have a good time. I just have to have a nice time.
So
I don't like feeling like I'm in a regiment.
Yeah,
I quite like feeling as if this is how I kind of live, and I'm quite pleased with it. And I'm pretty good at turning it on. Like I said, I go to the gym all the time, and I have a moderately decent diet. I go a bit mad on the weekends, and then it's back to normal after that, back to the grind. But, okay, Amir, you're on tour in a month. I will use that month to absolutely try and be at my physical best.
Yeah.
And so instead of drinking Friday and Saturday, it will be either or.
Yeah.
And if I go to barbecues, I try and take the car so I don't get tempted to drink beer.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But then, I'm not on tour. I'm not going anywhere. Cheers.
I have to tell you though, I think it is the beauty of age, because I used to be like that until very recently. Yeah. Or if I was doing like a video shoot and it would be like, you're going to be in, like, there's one video I did and I'm basically in knickers and a jacket. So for 2 weeks, I ate like an angel, didn't drink, and the weight came. And I think a lot of it is not like I suddenly I don't get hung up on it, but you yourself want to feel confident. You want to feel like you're doing a good job, and you want to portray yourself in the best possible way, as you see it. It's your own perception a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think some people fall in that trap of, I want a six-pack so the ladies like me. And it's like, well, no, what you should be doing is eating right, because it will really help you here.
Yeah, and it's for yourself.
And you end up being a better version of yourself in a health sense.
Yeah, I think the frustration for me is, just going back to the massive decade split between us. I find that over the last couple of years, it's really hard. So at the moment, over lockdown, I agree with you. Balance is really important. So like I said before, I could go through periods of, I've put on 4 pounds, been on holiday, come home, be good for like 10 days and it falls off.
Yeah.
Since I turned 50, it doesn't fall off. It's really weird. So at the moment, I'm in a bit of a conundrum because I don't really want to be regimented. I love chocolate. I love alcohol. I don't go crazy every day, but I'd probably have a couple of squares of chocolate every day. I wouldn't have a whole bar. I don't think that's awful.
It's not awful.
I don't drink every day, but I do like a few drinks every now and again. And the rest of my diet is pretty healthy. So there's something happening, and it's really frustrating because people go, oh, when you get to a certain age, and I'm thinking, hell. So I got to put my thinking cap on, because I'm at the stage where I don't want to deny myself. But you want to keep fit, you know, and you want to feel. I mean, our bodies, I feel, are this, you know, it's like the home for your mind and for your soul, and you've got to look after.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. You know, but I suppose if you treat your body like a child, it's like, okay, this is what you should do, but you know what, you've been really good, so have a chocolate bar or a biscuit kind of thing. You know, there's something that you've got to do to kind of keep smiling and keep there a reason as to why you're doing something. Yeah. You know, I was talking to one of the old PTs at my old gym, and he said to me, what's your cheat? Like, what's the food that like try not to crave, but then you end up wanting to eat it on your cheat day and stuff like that? What is it? And I said, KFC, fried chicken.
Yeah. Oh God, you've got a real thing about that. I think you mentioned it in every single Zoom.
Have I?
I think so.
I can't get enough. Anyway, so I was telling him that, and he said, this guy was ripped to shreds. He said, I used to be exactly the same. Every day after work, I'd go and get those wings and stuff like that. And he used to be like that. Now he's just ripped to shreds. The guy is 45, and he said when he was my age, so I'm 28, he said when he was 27, 28, he was really, really fat. So anyone can do it. Yeah. Anyone can get the results that you want. I suppose you just need to find the thing that works for you at
this is a motivational talk now.
Yeah, well, you just got to find the right thing for you at this moment. So if HIIT training was the one then, maybe more kind of strength or resistance might work for you now.
I did resistance. I used to do quite big weights for me. Like, so back in the day, I could do 55 kilo squats. I could do 65, 70 kilo deadlifts. So I used to, but
that's brilliant. Yeah, strong.
I think we spoke about this before. I prefer bar and yoga now because I'm finding my body strong, but in a different way, because that really has a lot of compression through my body. And
doing the heavy weights? Yeah, it can be really hard on the joints.
Yeah, and I actually found it was putting a lot of compression here, which was not affecting my singing, but I didn't feel as expansive. So I just thought, okay, but it was really good to do it. I think I need to go back to the HIIT because I think I know it works, and I'm not a runner. I hate running. I just, that would not be my way of. My kids are great runners, and they almost use it. It's almost like a mental drainage thing. I could think of something worse. I wouldn't even run for the bus. Why would you run for the bus? There'll be another one.
If it's not football, I hate running.
Yeah,
I'm exactly the same. I'm always more on the explosive side of things anyway. Boxing, football, so sprints. And when I used to go swimming when pools were open, I would do 20 lengths of the pool, but it wouldn't be continuous. It would be there and back really fast and wait. So it's almost like HIIT training in the pool.
Interesting.
And that's kind of how I used to train for almost everything. It's like do it really quick for a certain period of time and then wait. And that just seems to work for me.
I wonder if it's almost tied to the way our brains work as musicians, because there's an intensity and there's an extreme nature to that sort of stuff.
Maybe. It's got to be linked. I think you're right.
I think so. Because the slow, steady thing just doesn't appeal to me at all.
No.
It is. Me. I actually don't. I'm quite in awe of people when their brains work like that. But again, my kids have said, at some point they'd both like to do marathons. I was like, wow, because I just really would not want to do that ever.
That's just what my brother is.
That's so interesting, isn't it?
And it seems to be like that actually, like you said, it kind of more than ever now, it's like sort of coming to my head that it's just who you are as a person depends on what training you like, what sports you like, what sports you don't like, and all that sort of stuff. It's like my brother's obviously very calm, really quite chilled, you know, and steady pulse generally. I mean, he like loves a blowout like the next guy who works in the city, but still,
yeah,
there isn't like a major intensity all the time with him. So therefore, what sport do you like? Cricket.
Well, actually, my daughter quite likes watching cricket now, but I think it's because her boyfriend really likes cricket. And I think when you're in love, you actually put in that little extra percentage of effort. So she's learnt to love it because she certainly didn't watch it before. But now I think the enjoyment is sincere. I mean, it's like my ex-husband, when I met him at uni, he played rugby, which was really unusual for an Indian guy at that time.
Yeah, my dad used to play.
Sorry?
My dad used to play at school.
Oh, there you go.
Which is very weird for an Indian guy, but yes. No,
yeah, exactly. And my ex-husband was really good. And so I used to always watch him play. He'd come and watch me perform, and I'd go and watch him play.
Yeah.
So actually, since I was 18, I have, you know, the last 30 decades, I have watched rugby. So I actually know quite a lot about it. So, and my son started as well when he was 4. So it's kind of in the blood. And so whenever we're watching, and I'll have stuff to say, and I remember when he was little, his friends would be kind of like, she kind of knows what she's talking about. And it's like, I've watched this for many years, you know, if I'm going to actually get into it. But again, it's the explosive nature. And I think probably stands to reason that, as you said, our personalities and our essence, whatever that is, translates into everything.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, even the way that we sing.
Yeah.
Is, you know, like, or not necessarily the way we sing, because sometimes, you know, you might be in the mood to write a fast song and then suddenly a beautiful ballad comes out of us. But like the intensity is just always present when you're ready to write something.
Of course.
You know, it's just bubbling here and suddenly bang, when you get it, it works. And
yeah.
Other people are, that's probably why 9-to-5s just don't work for people like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what, you know, what, am I going to sit here from 9 till this time, have my lunch and then carry on until 5? No. The second I have a first break, I'm like, oh, I'm going to the pub, see ya. Yeah,
but how interesting also but we do still crave or benefit from that little bit of structure. Because I guess we're humans and humans do like that bit of structure. What else do you do?
It's the same thing that just before we carry on, it's just the same thing is that the person that has that structure all the time needs a blowout. That's the other thing. It's completely on the other side. So, yeah, there we go.
What else do you like to do to relax, to, you know, for fun? Except we're lucky because the caveat is what we do in life is fun.
Well, that's true. Yeah, okay. So away from music, do you know what I really like doing, and kind of away from football and boxing and even away from drinking with friends and stuff, do you know what I really like to do when I'm on my own?
Do I really want to know?
Of course you do. Head out of the gutter.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm intrigued.
The thing when I'm just not really thinking about anything else when I'm doing it right there and then, this excludes time with my son, is just by myself playing snooker. Just at a snooker table, no noise apart from the noise of the cue hitting the cue ball and that hitting the next one, and then that hopefully one day going in the pocket. Just absolutely love that game. I watch it, I appreciate it. I just love to play it. I'm away with
your own. That's interesting.
Oh, I'll play it on my own, or I'll play it with friends.
So this is very interesting. I was just thinking about food and cultural stereotypes. So if I think about Indian people as a race, Asians, but mainly Indians or Pakistanis, we seem to like fried food and we like sweet food. Would you say that?
And what food? Street food, did you say? Sweet food?
Yes.
As a general?
Yeah.
As a general?
You don't seem like you're into sweet food.
I'm not really into sweet food.
You see, I could leave the fried stuff
I could leave the sweet stuff.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Just it depends what's fried though, because I think, you know, some of the stuff like pakora or whatever.
I knew you were going to say pakora.
Yeah, but like that's the thing that just came into my head. Is like I don't fancy it.
Yeah.
I think I just like fried meat. I think.
Okay. Well, that's like unhealthy.
Chicken wings, fried chicken thighs, and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I've never had one of what Americans do, like chicken fried steak and pork fried steaks and stuff like that. I don't get it, but
no.
But yeah, do you know what? I just really like traditional stuff. Like I love chicken curry, homemade stuff. I mean, I hardly ever go to Indian takeaway. Very, very rarely. I mean, I have to be in the sticks in Wales, right? I was doing 3 gigs actually, so I stayed 3 days there. And right next door to where I was staying was an Indian restaurant. But there was literally anywhere else other than a Londis across the road. Like that's I mean, right in the sticks in Pembrokeshire. I was just like, there's only so much crap you can buy from a petrol station to eat, you know. So what do? You just go over there, get a load of booze, get that back to your room. Isn't a fridge. Oh, better drink it quick before it gets warm. Mm-hmm. And then you go next door to this curry house. And only on the last day that I saw was like food hygiene was 1.
Oh no!
I was just like, it's disgusting. Awful. But I know you were saying that you quite like fried. Like we generally like fried food and sweet food.
Well, I just think it's a stereotype, but it sometimes does hold true.
It will have to depend on which region of India one's from, I guess.
Fair enough.
If we're going to go for India. But like, I think maybe it's just because I'm Punjabi, I don't know. But I love tandoori food.
Yeah.
Like kebab, tandoori chicken, tandoori wings, authentic paneer tikka if I'm going to go for anything vegetarian. Or parta like.
Us West Bengalis do good paneer too, I have you know.
Yeah, no, I do. For sure. Absolutely. But I'm just thinking that stuff I would make at home.
Yeah. So do you make your own paneer?
Yeah, Mum's going to teach me how she does hers. Yeah,
very good.
She makes paneer. She makes yogurt. Excellent stuff.
Very good. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. It's interesting you say about the provinces because I think West Bengalis do like a lot of sweet stuff. I think it is in my genes. It's in my blood, definitely. But I think for me, I've got to work out. I've got to a stage now where when I was younger, going back to the fitness thing, I wouldn't mind denying myself. I don't think I was a very nice person for those 2 weeks when I was denying myself, but I got my results and that was great because that's what I wanted.
Yeah. Sure.
Now I want my results, but I don't want to be really regimented about it. So I need to find a way to navigate myself through. And the sweet stuff is just hard. So if I have a bit of chocolate every day, I don't feel like I'm denying myself.
Yeah.
Because I
but you're also you're not hindering it though, are you? Do you think?
I don't know. I don't think so. But can't believe, this is like self-help now. I can't believe that 150 calories of chocolate or 100 calories of chocolate is affecting my
I suppose nutritionally, the only reason it might be affecting is just the sugar content. And then what do you do? What happens when that will store?
Yeah.
Sugars always store as fat if you're not gonna work at it.
I killed myself with HIIT today though, so I think I deserved it today.
That is completely different. Because you've already worked.
Yeah.
I think it's like when people are like, oh, but I've only had a packet of crisps and chocolate today, but I've had nothing else. It's like, yeah, but do you know what? Sometimes it's not the calories. Yeah. Sometimes it's actually the nutrition and the lack of activity that makes people fat. I've worked with a PT before because I was a real chunk and didn't look or feel good at all.
Mm.
And when I worked with him, he broke down the barrier of eating because I think I wasn't comfort eating. I just have a massive appetite, but I wasn't really doing enough activity.
That's interesting.
So I kind of lowered the amount of food I was eating, up the amount I was exercising, and pretty soon I was there to the point where I could eat shit for 2 days of the week, but just keep to a decent structural nutritional thing. And I think my nutritional understanding is right up there. So a block of dark chocolate compared to a block of milk chocolate, compared to a block of white chocolate, and they're all the same weight, the calories in dark chocolate might be more than the milk, but the nutrition in the dark chocolate is 70% and above.
Yeah.
So much obviously better for you that the little sugars that are involved, that are in there, aren't going to take as much effect as the white chocolate, for example, which is just pure.
Yeah. And I'm all about dark. I'm all about the dark chocolate.
Oh, I love dark chocolate.
Yeah, me too.
As a kid, I didn't. I think milk chocolate is still my favourite. It can't beat a Galaxy or. Do you remember them old Freddos? I like Freddos.
No.
And dairy milk.
My dad used to have a bit of
Snickers is my favourite.
What?
Snickers.
Oh no.
What's your favourite? If it's milk, it's like a commercial chocolate bar, or whatever.
Commercial chocolate bar. I think. Oh, I'm gonna go left field, but it'd be a Bounty, dark Bounty.
You like the dark Bounty?
Yeah, because it's coconut and it's dark chocolate.
Okay, so speaking of pizza, because I will put an unpopular opinion out there.
Oh.
I don't think it would break my heart if I never ate a pizza again.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not going to mention FC again, fried chicken. But with pizza, I don't know. I was talking to my one of my best mates, and he was just like, he could eat pizza every day, and I'm like, do you know what? If I never saw one again, it wouldn't break my heart. But then I thought about it, I think the one I was trying to talk about was more like American style pizzas. Yeah. So like an Italian pizza, like a really good, crispy, thin Italian pizza. Mm. That's different. I really like those.
I agree.
So if you're gonna go to not necessarily a fancy, but a decent Italian place to get pizza, what would be your dream pizza?
Okay, I like a lot of toppings. So I would agree with you. I want the base to be really thin.
Cool.
But I like a lot of toppings. So I'd have it all. I'd have...
Sure. Just reel it off. Go for it.
I'd have tomato. I'd have ham. I'd have olives. I'd have mushrooms. I'd have pepperoni. I'd have chili. I'm getting really hungry now. I'll have artichoke. I won't have, and I know Punjabis like this, I wouldn't have onion on my pizza.
Okay.
Not a fan of the red onion. Yeah, I think that's quite a lot of stuff. Olives, mushrooms.
That is a lot of stuff. Are we talking Italian style as well? That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, extra toppings. Just load me up. But I need that spice factor. So I need the salami and I need chilies.
Fair. Red or green?
Oh, well, if it's real chili, then green is fine because they don't tend to have the little thin red ones in the...
No. I find the thin red ones, you have to kind of really look for hot ones. A lot of those are quite sweet.
The greener.
Greener, yeah.
So what would you do? You just have a bunch of cheese on there, would you?
No. So, when I was a kid, and if it was American pizza, then I would, and if it was like create your own, I'd always get extra cheese as well as whatever I would go for.
Is that
like an Italian
doughy deep pan is what you mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about more like when I was in America and you couldn't find an Italian anywhere, because like Italian place, if I went to an Italian place, I'm more of a pasta man than a pizza man.
Me too.
But generally I prefer an Italian pizza to an American pizza. Sometimes you are up for it though. So
yeah.
For the Italian style, all I'd have is like your basic cheese, so basic mozzarella, tomato and basil. And I would just add a few olives, black olives, anchovies, and job done. That's it. Italian style. If I was going whole hog, I've boxed 24 ounce today, and now I feel like an American style pizza, it would be completely different. It would be loaded with loads of cheese, like you said, and lots of little bits of meat and ground beef, ground pork, mushrooms, garlic, loads of chili, anchovies again, plus the olives. But like they're different. The American pizza and the Italian pizza are so different.
Yeah, true. But I don't think you need to like not load up your Italian pizza. Personally.
No, for sure. I just know that the busier the Italian style for me, the less I enjoy it. That's all.
Fair enough. And I think I'm probably like you in that I would have takeaway pizza if my kids were around. but I probably wouldn't have.
That's exactly the same. Exactly the same. If someone suggests a pizza, it's never my first choice, but that doesn't mean I don't always enjoy it when we have one.
What would be your first choice?
I can't say it again because you'll take the piss out of me. What,
if you were going out for dinner, you wouldn't go there?
Oh, going out for dinner. Sorry.
God, sorry. You're obsessed.
Cantonese food.
I'm all about the Chinese too.
The southern China, honestly, the Cantonese roast duck is one of the greatest things on the planet.
I am with you, 100%.
I don't know how they do it. You know, the one that they chop through the bone.
Right?
It's the best, right?
Yeah, let's just take a moment and honour Cantonese style duck, because that is a beautiful thing. Lovely. I find it really funny that this whole session we have talked about fitness as one of the things we love, and food.
I mean, what more is there? The two go so well together. You need food to fuel yourself to be fit. You need to then be fit to get the right food. It's perfect.
Yeah, no, it is perfect. It is perfect.
It is good.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more, check out Parry Ray and Harmony on YouTube. I'd love to hear your comments. And come and say hi on our socials at Parry Ray and Harmony and at Amir Official UK.